Hi, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 20th to the 30th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a turkey in the comment box, and I will be announcing the winner in a separate video, absolutely separate video, just all on its own, announcing the winner. It will not be through the comment box, so don't be fooled by anybody who tries to scam you by contacting you. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. So we're crowned with the Fool, which is beautiful. We then have the Eight of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Three of Pentacles. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Chariot. Angels and spirit guides. And the Star. Okay. So we have Cancer energy shining through. If you have Cancer in your chart, if you have a Cancer in your life, that comes through very, very, very profoundly right here, as well as an Aquarius. So if you have Aquarius energy in your chart, Aquarius energy in your life, those powers, like the Cancer power and the Aquarius power, are going to be making themselves known a lot more to you, really coming to the forefront of things. So just be aware of that. You're also feeling like there needs to be a change. Like you could be really frustrated with something, really kind of fed up, and you're like, this is supposed to be different, because it is. You're going to see yourself very much in a transformative time. Emotions can be all over the place, especially with the Cancer energy, but also just be very aware. With any high charged emotional energy, you're going to need to take a moment and step back. Because if you take a moment and step back and not just react instantaneously, you're going to look so much better. I mean, you're going to come out really as somebody really put together, but instant reactions, we're going to tend to be a little bit emotionally all over the place. So just be aware with that. With the Eight of Swords, we're going to overthink a lot. So just also being aware of that, being aware that we will overthink, we will overanalyze, we will overlook, we will overdo it, So here, step back. Less is more during this time. It's funny. I don't have any Aries in my chart, but I was just talking with my mom, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you will worry over anything. Like, if you have nothing to worry about, you'll make up something to worry about." And that's kind of the energy that I'm hearing. I'm just hearing her voice come through, and it's just really funny. So here, just be aware of that, Aries, that you can tend to worry over nothing. If everything's too calm, you're going to be like, why? What's going to happen? How is everything going to fall apart? Type of thing. Or, this thing that I want to do 5 years from now I'm going to start worrying about it. So just be aware of that energy. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Breathe. That's important. You're going to find that you hold your breath a lot and that there's a nervous energy kind of right. It's not over your heart because over your heart is going to be a little bit more right to the left, but it's like right in the center of your chest where it's almost like your is it your second dawn in Qigong? I believe that is it. But that energy just seems really stressed out. So just being really aware of this during this time that there's stress and you need to dial it back, and just breathe. If you can, let yourself relieve as much stress as possible and just take time to breathe because you're going to find that you hold your breath, which doesn't help with that chaotic energy right in our chest, right? We're going to be like, oh no, I can hold my breath. No, I can get this done. No, I can just keep on pushing forward. And Spirit's like, okay, you can, but why do you need to? That's the question here. Let's be kind to ourselves. Our world is high paced and stress and chaos and push, 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 achieve, 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 which I mean, there's a time and a place for it. But there's also a sense of I get to be present in my own life. And that's going to be really important. So breathing, focusing on the breath, focusing on breath work, focusing on meditation and the breath, that is going to be a really positive thing for you. It's going to also be the first thing that we kick off the roster of things to do when we're stressed and overwhelmed, and it shouldn't be. So just be kind to yourself. Let's see our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Mother Earth. I love this one. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below your feet. And Mother Earth is saying, hey, connect with me. Get outside. Breathe the fresh air. Let's connect. Make sure your vitamin D levels are okay, especially if we're going into winter, if you're in the northern hemisphere. But just in general, we tend to have low vitamin D, you know, stats. I don't know what it is, but just be aware of that during this time because I'm just seeing the sun's rays being super, super, super important. So it doesn't matter northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Touch ground, touch earth, ground yourself, center yourself. It's going to be a really important thing to do. And it's going to seem like a really silly thing that needs to be done. It's like, oh, I can just kind of like push through this, power through this. And it's like, yes, of course you can. Nobody's doubting your ability to achieve and succeed. I mean, especially not you, Aries. Like nobody's doubting that. But how happy and healthy will you be at the end of that huge push? At the end of proving what to whom? At the end of all of this, will you be able to be happy within yourself, calm, relaxed, and centered? Let's see what energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Four of Wands. This is saying here, be mindful of your dedications, of your devotions, okay? Of certain things that you're going to prioritize over other things. And yeah, just really sit there and look at it because this is the minor arcana marriage card. So this is responsibilities, this is, celebrations and happiness. There can be a sense of celebrations that haven't come to fruition that we thought were going to come in. And then again, there's that energy of hyper fixation during this time that can be really, really easy. It's like, I devoted myself to this. I said I was going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. If it's not working, I'm just going to push harder, try harder, and make it. And sometimes it's not working for a reason. So just be aware of that there can be something that we thought, oh, it'd be super easy. I'm going to celebrate this. It's just going to kind of like, be yes, next, type of thing. And it's giving us more difficulty because Spirit is saying, hey, maybe you look at this route. Maybe you do this. Maybe you see that. We start with the Fool. This is a time of action. This is a time of going after what we want. Now, this can seem in complete contrast to what Spirit has been telling us with slow it down and take care of yourself. But by slowing it down and taking care of yourself, you're putting your focus and your energy into you again. And that's what the Fool needs. So the Fool has the fear of everybody thinking themselves a fool, right? Laughing at them, mocking them, saying, oh, of course, or no, of course you can't type of energy. And what the Fool energy is telling us here is the possibilities are endless, but everybody's going to have an opinion. Remember, every single hero's journey begins with the person first being the fool, first being laughed and ridiculed and mocked. I mean, look at any good story. That's how the hero's journey starts off. And so here within ourselves, within our lives, as the main character, of this fantastic tale that is our existence. Our hero's journey begins with a laugh. It begins with a sneer. It begins with a you can't. And it doesn't matter where that energy comes from. It's what we carry with us. It's what we're going to be proving, the people wrong with. So just remember that. Just remember that there's that energy that's guiding you where it's like, it's negative energy, right? It's like, I'll prove it to them, but it's a bit of anger. It's a bit of like, fierce determination, but it starts off with somebody not believing in you or you not believing in yourself for whatever reason. Usually it's learned outside, right? So here it's, I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to jump, but remember gravity. Whenever you jump, you have to come back down. So just be prepared that you're lifting off, you're going after, you're embracing what you need, but there's always going to be that impact of falling down, right? There's always going to be that impact of your feet hitting the ground again, and making that sacred, making that something for yourself that is connecting with your Earth Star chakra can be highly, highly, highly beneficial. With the Eight of Swords, I love the spider web, here. And that's what the mind is. Sometimes it is just a spider's web. Sometimes everything gets stuck in it. It is loud, it is obnoxious, it's, calling your attention here and there until we learned to connect with ourselves. I was listening to this person, they said, name your brain. I thought that was really cool, right? Name your brain. Name what you love, what you want, like what you're going after. The Eight of Swords always makes me think of Miss Havisham in Great Expectations, right? She was left at the altar and she wore her wedding dress until she died. Like, that's ridiculous. And she was quite, on in years. So it wasn't like, oh, it was like a few minutes. No, it was a great deal of time. And the bitterness and the anger, it festered in her because she lived in that moment of heartbreak and humiliation. And the Eight of Swords is that energy. It's living in the moment of heartbreak, humiliation, doubt, fear, chaos, hurt. And we can all do it. And we all do it at times. And Spirit's saying, hey, listen, there's a lot more to you than what you're seeing right now. We can look at the bad and we can be trapped by it, most definitely. The bad, the fear, the chaos. Or we can breathe. And we can look at those negative thought patterns and say, no, not doing that. You can't drag me down. Now, emotions with the Knight of Cups reversed can be all over the place. So just be mindful about this. We want to move forward. We're very enthusiastic. We're very passionate about things. Our passion, our determination, our fierceness, it comes through. But our emotions can be a little bit hard to focus in, a little bit hard to dial into. So being aware of that is going to be super important. The Eight of Cups is also saying we might have a difficult time with water sign energies, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is going to be a time where we're looking at things differently. This is going to be a time where we're opening up the door and we're saying, well, what about this? But just remember, emotions can overflood us. We need to kind of step onto things a little bit more gently. Now, there's also a sense here. I don't know if you have a Cancer on the other side or an Aquarius, but I can tell you that on the other side, in the spirit realm, there is a person who is just a huge, big heart. Like, they just love completely and are highly, highly, highly creative. All right. They are trying to help you tap into this emotion, tap into this, this power of the heart that is so important. They're like, you need to utilize this and I can help you. So here, sitting in meditation, connecting with that energy, knowing that the Chariot is like, okay, it can't be all over the place. Let's hone it in. Let's focus it in. Let's rein it in. And the Knight of Cups is holding what we love, what we desire, and what we need. And it brings us to the Three of Pentacles. This is not going to be a time where you can do everything by yourself. You might want to, that's great. But working together, utilizing, others, connecting, looking at what you want to create, what you desire, it's kind of like wealth. It's wealth, it's money, and also what you value as much as money coming into play. And having people that you build off of during this time. You create it, you cultivate it, you move with them. Like, there's just a sense of synergy of, I'm just seeing like gears in a clock. Is that the picture? No. Gears in the clock coming together. And that's going to be a very good thing. It's kind of like everything working in tandem. And that's that's going to be something that we need. It's almost like we can't just charge the path all by ourselves. With the Chariot, this is a time frame, June 21st to July 22nd. This is the heart. This is moving forward towards what we love, what we desire, what we wish for, what we need. And this is really letting our emotions shine and show through. Now, it's also interesting to say that, this is water energy, and water can put out fire. So we can find, and that's why Spirit is saying here, our emotions can just take over. It can squelch the fire that we have, kind of like the sensibility of things. Also, fire can boil off water, but I see it more going into the extreme of emotions. So just kind of centering yourself, calming yourself down, loving yourself, harmonizing yourself. That is going to be so, so, so important. And then you're taking the reins. And remember, in ancient times, kings, queens, pharaohs, they're the ones that drove chariots. The chariots were the sports cars of their day. So it's power that's coming forward. And it's utilizing the power of our emotions, the power of our determination, the power of our focus, with the power of our determination. I think I already said that, but Spirit just melded the two into each other. So it's our emotions, but it's also our focus. It's our fire. It's our passion. They're coming together, and it brings us to the star. And the star is Aquarius energy. The star is a time frame of January 20th to February 18th. What do you dream of? This always makes me think of the Kipling poem If. If you can think and not make thoughts your name, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, or something to that effect. And Spirit is saying here, live your dreams. Let your dreams come forward in a very real way. Not in that way that Spirit was talking about before when I said my mom said I could worry over anything, which is true. But it's very much an energy here of what do I wish for? What do I dream of? What do I want? And not falling into the worry, because the worry is going to be super easy. It's going to be super easy here, Aries. And it can take over. And this is also, with Aquarius energy, it's beautiful, dreaming, connecting, just exquisite energy. But it can also lead to dreams becoming much more real than the reality that we're in. So just very much be mindful of that. Very much be mindful of what is it that my soul is wishing for, and where is it that I want to be? And then how do I utilize my fantastic Aries energy to, proactively make this happen? Spirit is also seeing your soul's wish. And just know here, Aries, that sometimes our soul's wish, our deepest passion, it can be in contrast to what we're actively going after. So when our soul's wish comes up and we're sitting there thinking, no, that's going to curtail everything that I'm working for, or, the way I wanted things to be. Spirit's like, no, but I'm seeing you and I'm listening to what your soul is craving. So during this time, listen to what your soul is craving. Your subconscious, spirit message is magical reverse. Call the magic back into your life. Call the magic and the beauty and the connection. Call it back in. We're losing sight of the magical and the wonderful, and Spirit is saying, don't do that. Our subconscious chakra energy is again the Earth Star chakra, grounding. Grounding ourselves is just so important. It could be barefoot shoes, or walking barefoot outside. It could be, what is it, with copper wires? And yeah, and I do know people who ground that way. But there is also just visualizing your roots going deep into the earth and asking yourself, how am I feeding myself? What is the soil like? If you try to grow a cactus in the middle of the rainforest, it won't work. And if you try to grow a rainforest tree in the middle of the desert, it won't work either. So here, it's really knowing your soil. It's knowing how you're planting yourself, how you're feeding yourself. What type of tree are you? Because they need different things and they grow differently. Even though we'd look at them and say, tree, fantastic, all the same. They're highly different. So people we look at and say, fantastic, all the same. No, we're highly different. How are you feeding yourself? And how are you rooting yourself? And are your roots nice and deep? Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the High Priest, which is Hierophant energy, which is Taurus energy, April 20th to May 20th. But it can be wanting to fit in too much during this time, wanting to find that route that's like, oh, okay, here's the answers. During this time, you're meant to stand out. You're meant to kind of go to the beat of your own drum. Fitting in is something that's going to be important, right? Finding your own sacred space. But your own sacred space, there's a box and there's like you over here. So the box is over here, you're over here. You're not supposed to be in it. And looking at that just for this time, you can be in the box, you can be in a more kind of like secure, comfortable place later on. But here, this is going to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more powerful, but absolutely beautiful. And our subconscious tarot message is the Page of Cups. During this time, above everything else, we are a student of our hearts. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, comes up very, very powerfully for you. Listen to your inner child. Your inner child right now is talking to you about love, Aries. Just absolutely talking to you about love. What you love, where you want to be in life, like how you want to move forward. Have you ever asked a little kid what they love? And oh my gosh, they'll be like, I love dinosaurs and I love ice cream and I love this and they'll just start talking about it, and it's just so real and prevalent to them. And then you ask an adult what they love, and they'll name a few things, but it will not be that beautiful free flow of thought and enthusiasm. So listen to your inner child, even if it sounds annoying, like even if you're thinking, oh, okay, I really don't want to do that. But have that conversation, because you're opening up your heart to what you love. And you're starting to be a real student of what you love, what you desire, and where you want to be for yourself. And if you have a water sign energy in your life, their love energy might be, well, no, their emotional energy kind of all over the place right now. But my gosh, are you going to learn from it? And my gosh, do they have something to say that needs to be heard? So just be aware of this. All right. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.